Hi, I'm Jale. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general collective reading for the sign of Capricorn for February 2020. The reason why I'm still laughing a little bit is because this is the second time I've had to record this because my guides are all laughing. So for the reading, we're going to be linking in with Spirit to see what messages they have, and then we're going to be using tarot cards. This is the Archangel Power Tarot deck by Radley Valentine and Gloin Virtue, and then we're going to be using oracle cards for outcomes. So I'm dying to hear why they're laughing, so yeah, I'm just going to listen to what they're saying first of all, and we'll get some insight here for you guys for the month of February. Okay, so for you guys, I feel like you might have some of you are trying to manifest something that is not for your highest and best interests. That's definite. Others of you, it's like that. I feel like you're going to have to just be a bit wary of people for this month, because one or two people I feel are a little bit, could be in the work environment, are, my guides are being rude. They're just saying they're wallies, and in UK it kind of means they're just not very good people. Idiots. Just watch for the people around you. It's like people are talking. I'm seeing people talking here, and it's like they're discussing things, but I don't know if you're involved in that conversation. It's not going to be for everyone, just a few of you. So if you already feel like people are talking or discussing you behind your back, I just feel like you need to move yourself away from that. Someone's guides directly communicating out of you. If you understand what I'm saying and this resonates with you, one of your guides is trying to tell me, because they're trying to tell you and you're not listening, and they're also saying you need to leave your job, whatever. Maybe you've hated this job for a while and you're just there for the money, but the people are not nice, and so you're there just for the sake of it. They're saying, your guides coming through saying enough, because they're trying to get your attention. Enough. You're not here to try and, you know, get an award for the person that's been through the most shit, and who hasn't sort of who hasn't rolled over this. You don't need to put yourself through this from where I'm looking. They're saying you don't. The reason they're laughing is because it's not because of that. It's because it's like you've been suckered into that energy. And I feel like, even if, let's say for example, even if you didn't relate to the first thing I've said, it's like that, I don't know, that there feels like you're taking yourself very seriously this month, and it goes deep. I feel like this month, whatever this energy is, it's like you feel like you've got something to prove. And they're saying you don't. It's like, enough. Just, why are you putting yourself through that? It's like you're trying to prove yourself to someone, but actually you're not really proving anything to yourself. You're just wasting your own time. Let it go. They're just laughing. To be honest, if it makes you feel any better, when I do stuff like this, that my guys laugh at me as well. Because they're just like, you know better, Jale, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So it's not like, because to be honest with you, my guides are like freaking trolls. They like the whole introduction, the first time I filmed it, they were all giggling away. Because they're saying, well, they're not even going to listen anyway. They're not going to listen. It's like all your guides are kind of lined up. Whoever, put it this way, I've got the biggest troll guides, right? So if you're immediately feeling triggered right now, they're doing it deliberately. I'm just going to give you an FYI. My guides, I'm a healer, so I'm designed essentially to trigger people. I know that sounds controversial, but I'm just going to put it in the realest possible format that I can. So first of all, I'm going to say, if you are already triggered by this, you're probably going to be triggered even more. So don't write comments underneath the video to say how disgusted you are with the fact that I've triggered you, because this is what it's designed to do. And if you don't understand that, then you're probably not really equipped to watch these kind of videos that I do, because personally, whenever I get triggered, I look into what exactly that means, because usually there's a wound there that needs to come up, right? So just to kind of cut people's energy and time short here, I don't want to debate this in the comments. I'm all for hearing feedback from the videos, but if you don't resonate with this, or you're totally triggered where you can't understand this concept, then, you know, I don't know what else to say to you. You need to hold yourself accountable more, because they're also saying you're dismissing things that you shouldn't be dismissing with others, and then you're kind of frustrating yourself because that's happened, and then you're releasing it in the wrong way. You're getting really frustrated with things, and then you're not dealing with it as and when, and then you're coming to places like, and this is, so again, I'm going to give you a heads up, you're not going to like me if there's loads more of this to come from. I'm sorry. I've got to, there's no point me sat here blowing smoke up your asses. Like, I've got to be, this is not why I'm here, you know. Yeah, hold yourself more accountable for your own emotions, because it's going to help. I'm also seeing something about children here as well. I don't know whether or not you've got children that maybe are triggering you at the moment, and you don't know how to deal with that. Spirit are also saying that that's also part of a lesson, because the children are here to teach you something, and you're not learning. But there's something about holding yourself accountable and not projecting that in different ways. If this is triggering you at any point, I'd be sitting with the information I've said and asking yourself why this doesn't sit right with you. Because this is the thing, you've got to remember, if someone's wrong about you that doesn't know you, then they're wrong, you know. Then they're wrong. That's it. You don't need to sit and go mental at someone because they're you know, they've given a general reading, and then you're, do you know what I mean? Information didn't. These guys, I can tell this is triggering people already. And this is, I'm going to give you a clue. The more people get triggered by these videos, the more the guides are going to give this information, because actually it's healing people. Because it's like a match. It's like you know, it releases that kind of coiled up energy that is needing to be released. So just FYI, if you're watching this and I trigger you over and over again, it's not funny really, but it kind of is. That's why they're laughing, because I can tell someone's already watching this. Right, let's try and get some other information here rather than just, I mean, look, personally, I'm, you know, it's these guys, they love to troll, and they love to trigger people. I'm a healer, so I have very, you would classify it probably as a hioka. That's one way you would probably classify it, but like I said, if you're triggered by this, I don't know what to say. Okay, Capricorn, February 2020. You're in your feels. You're in your feels. Queen of Cups. You're all in your feels right here. Receptive, psychic, giving, understanding, kind. Okay. It says follow your heart. There you go. Follow your heart. Bottom of the deck, peace, death. That's a cleansing of, a releasing of emotions, emotional layers. Can you see she's sat on her throne here? And the water is essentially all-encompassing. So she's honouring those emotions. She's allowing that receptivity to be her strength as opposed to her weakness. Only when you're totally in your power with your own emotions, because that's when you're less easily triggered. And it's not, I'm not saying this is like a game, who can trigger who. This is not about ego. And again, I know people are going to get really wound up the fact that I'm mentioning this, but this is the thing. I'm obviously not your kind of reader. If you don't understand that level of things, I'm obviously not your kind of reader. I'm just going to put it very bluntly to you now, because every time I get comments and I'm like, you're obviously not resonating with me, so what's the point, you know? But this This level of Capricorn lady or man, okay, doesn't have to be just female, it could be male, is utilizing the power of emotions for positive, okay, because you've got to remember emotions, water holds an imprint of things, okay. It's also very cleansing. It's heightens things, so you're able to discern information a lot better. And the reason that is because you've cleansed yourself of everything. You've released yourself of everything. This is a very feminine element, so it's very receptive, okay, which means you're open to things. You're not restricting yourself or closing yourself off or sat arguing with people for the sake of, you know, something that I still don't understand. And yes, I get triggered still too, but usually when I get triggered, I'm like, interesting, you've just triggered me, now I want to know more. Because it's usually very difficult to trigger me. So the water, the emotions, the surrender, what are you not surrendering to? What do you, because this is the thing, that there's a suggestion here that there's an inner power that you can utilize this month, that if you're not careful and you're not being, you know, just be aware of distractions, that, you know, again, these triggers are not meant to, when, you know, people aren't, my guys aren't trying to attack people, they're trying to help, you know. So be aware of what serves what cause, let's say. So again, if you're coming up against obstacles, we could look at one level and be like, oh my goodness, they're talking about you behind your back. Or we can keep digging to find out the real root cause. Okay, why is that? Personally, I have a 12th house moon, which means that people will take me wrong in every way, shape or form. My 12th house moon will... 12th house always usually projects certain things. It's like I'm a mirror. And people will 1,000,000% from the second I was born on this planet until probably the second I pass will completely get me wrong. But that's part and parcel of the 12th house. Now, Capricorn at the moment is currently in the 12th house because we're now in Aquarius. Okay, so what you need to be looking at is who are you getting wrong and who is getting you wrong, okay? Now, usually you can find out a lot about these circumstances because it's a test. Are you going to get so worried about, oh my goodness, they got me wrong, and you know, they sort of, they didn't understand me. Okay, first of all, do you want this person to understand you? If you do, then you need to question why they got you wrong, all right? Is it their own insecurities? Is it a projection of their own issues? Have they even bothered to get to know you? Do they want to get to know you? If it's no to any of those things, then you need to understand what is the likeness of you investing energy into this, and do you want to? If the answer is no, then bye-bye, you know? Don't focus on those things. Focus on the things that you can control. Focus on the things that are going to give you that power behind it, you know? I don't want to go too much into this because for me, this is, and ideally for the people that I'm wanting to speak to, this should be common sense. Like, and if you're triggered by that, then I don't know what to say to you. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. Use it as a strength, okay? Because you're gonna be picking up on so much more information rather than all this worry about how other people are, you know, receiving you. And if you are doing your best and you're honoring yourself, then it shouldn't matter. You've got your loved ones, people that care about you, then what does it matter, you know? Two of Cups, union with the self, okay? Here we go. 10 of Wands and the Emperor. There's a burden here, okay? There is a burden that you're kind of carrying through this month, okay? And it's like you're waiting for something. I'm hearing that it may not come. It's like you're putting you're investing your time, your energy, your effort into something that... Knight of Pentacles. This is a very slow moving offer. Practical offer, yeah, it's tangible. Knight of Pentacles, yeah, it's tangible. Potentially you could get something from it, but the fact that it is very slow moving Not the greatest energy. I'm going to be real. Let me just see what else is going on here. Yeah. We've got the Strength card here. Okay. This... my guides. This is about ego. I'm just going to put it out there. Again, if you're triggered by this, I'm really sorry. And again, this is why they were laughing right at the beginning, because I feel like everyone is going to watch this and be like in uproar, but I have to be real. I can't sit and pussyfoot around the truth. It's what's the point, you know? But this does suggest to me ego. It also potentially suggests that you could have some third party scenario and or not want to let go of something because you've invested so long in it and you're thinking about your future, because for you this is your future, this love interest and or project and or whatever you had set your sights on for a while. That is I mean, it's a heavy load because we've got the 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands here, which is usually about carrying a heavy load. This is a heavy load, and you could be wanting great news from this reading, and I don't know if you're going to get it from this particular scenario. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Cups. This is potentially someone that's been in and out of your life, that's been up, down, maybe not consistent with their actions and or emotions. Again, could be a third party involved here. And we've got a King of Pentacles. So this could be someone that's already in a pre-existing relationship, okay? This could be someone that's already in a committed relationship and or partnership with somebody that let's pull one more card to see where this is going. Let me just see one thing here before I start talking. Yeah. You are, from where I'm looking, we've got, one sec, 10 of Swords, okay. We've got the Chariot. We've got the 5 of Cups. Solutions, which is also the Devil. And we've got the Fool in reverse. So this is talking here to me about the fact that this ongoing commitment and or long-term relationship that this person is in, I personally, from this 10 of Swords, I don't know if I see this is over. Sorry, the Solutions is not the Devil. This is Temperance. Sorry, beg your pardon. Solutions is Temperance. I'm looking here at, I'll be totally honest with you, a cycle that doesn't ever end. I'm seeing something closing or ending. Now, it could be this person is leaving, choosing to leave their long-term existing relationship, or already has, and is probably coming towards you in a direct manner that is causing you to believe that this is going to have a positive ending and or a positive kind of new start. However, yes, I believe that there could be a potential for some short-term happiness, but I feel like this is going to go from, just in this month, from charging ahead to disappointment to healing to then no new start. Now, the healing and the no new start, the no fresh start, could either be that you close the door on it and then you move on away from this person. However, it could also be that they finish with a partnership, they disappoint you, and it never really ends up in fruition, and then they go back to their previous partner. Okay, but there's definitely something ending here. What is the 10 of Swords? Yeah, so the 10 of Swords is like a okay, so it's like at the end of a wish, because I've just pulled the 9 of Cups. So there's definitely an ending of a wish here that you may have had. So maybe you viewed this person in a really high regard, And then as you kind of progress towards the sort of middle and the end of the month, it seems more and more like an illusionary energy. Because it just feels like this person, this energy is charging towards something, but they're not really considering the people that are involved apart from themselves. I don't feel like this person's, because obviously we've got the Emperor here, I don't feel like this person's really taking your needs into consideration here, and I certainly don't think they're taking the other person's who they've possibly left into consideration either. It feels like they're just doing their own thing, and whoever lies in the wake of that is they don't really care about. But it feels like someone's definitely been left disappointed here. Now it could be you or the other third party, but I feel like there is an opportunity for some healing. But let's clarify the Fool in reverse. Clarify Fool in reverse, please, Spirit. Yeah, we've got the Eight of Cups, so it's like they come in for a moment and then they sort of wander off again. But this is usually suggested of an interaction that doesn't really yield any positive results. It's like that there's some kind of emotion here that is not totally fulfilling. It's like you are gonna probably feel like there's something missing from this, and they could be very in and out. They could be very in and out. Anything else you want to say about this? Clarify the last card, please. Yeah. We've also got the Five of Wands with the Moon. Okay, so this suggests to me that there is competition here. There are other people that they're not being totally honest about, all right, that I feel possibly do give emotional comfort to them, and or they maybe have been happy with, but they may not be telling you that. They may be painting a nice story about this person doesn't treat them well, or they don't do this for me, they don't do that for me, but actually there is something that draws them back to this person, and they're not quite being honest here, because we've got the Moon, which is about illusions. But there's definitely something here that isn't quite straightforward, and it does involve other parties. It does involve other people, other parties. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. So you've got the Ten of Pentacles with the Ten of Cups, which suggests to me a long-term commitment that this person could be in. Because we've got the Nine of Swords, I feel like maybe you are the third party and you were wanting them to sort of move away from that person. They did for a minute and then they went back, and maybe it led you to believe that, you know, you are going to make them happy because they're not. But what the cards are saying here in Spirit is that they are actually happy. They're just trying to hedge their bets, and that they want their cake and they want to eat it. They're not being honest with you, and they're not being honest with the person they're with. My guy's saying they're bullshitting. So Nine of Swords, this is about sort of worrying, anxiety, being up at night. And again, they said, look at the bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck's the Magician. So there's something a bit illusionary with all this. Yeah, look, Seven of Swords. Okay, this energy, no, not for you. There's some dishonesty. All right, dishonesty. Now I'm going to pull another spread, because to me that was fairly straightforward. I'm going to pull another spread here, because I don't know. I think you're going to know if that's you or not, but that was the most strongest energy coming through for Sagittarius. Let's see what other information they're going to give us here. What else can you tell me now for Sagittarius, for Capricorn? Capricorn, February. Capricorn, please, for February 2020. Cards just flipped. Okay, so if the first circumstances aren't you, we've got the Sun. If you've been experiencing a very low time, a very disheartening time, the Sun is a totally uplifting energy. We've also got the Three of Cups, so this is friendships, this is you know, light-hearted fun, socializing, going out and about. So this, to me, it could be a holiday. Maybe you're actually planning on a holiday, all right, with friends. Maybe you're going on holiday, maybe you're planning a holiday, but it looks pretty decent. Maybe that's what's keeping you going for the month, that you're planning on going away with friends. You could have just separated from someone. If you haven't, I feel like you're just focusing on other things for the month. But there's definitely some type of interaction you're going to get over the course of the month here. It could be someone that you haven't heard from for a while, but there's definitely some kind of a reignition of something where someone's coming back. Now, we do have Mercury in retrograde. We're in shadow period at the moment. From the 17th is going to be Mercury retrograde, which is very well known for having lovers returning. Watch for that, because I feel like they are going to attempt, someone is still going to attempt to come back, which could cause a bit of upset. We've got the Tower here. All right. I feel like the offer they're going to make is not particularly consistent. We've got the Page of Pentacles here. It's going to be a very minimal offer. Okay. Very minimal offer. Sorry. Yeah. Page of Pentacles. And then we've got the Ace of Wands. So that's usually kind of sexual energy, sort of someone a bit sort of trying to get their end away, you know. So just pay attention for that. I'm not sure how high vibrational that is, if I'm totally honest with you. And it's the same guy as before. So I feel like if this is someone who is in, out, because this is the fact that they told me to do a second spread and then this guy pops up again. Look, I don't, put it this way, if you're watching this thinking, yeah, but what happens if in the next couple of months he changes? This guy's not changing. This guy is, look, Magician bottom of the deck again, because they've just said, look at the bottom of the deck, and to prove the point, Magician. He's like a freaking rabbit in a hat. It's like one of those never-ending bottomless, he's probably pulling out like tricks over and over and over and over and over again. It's not just, they're saying leave it be. This guy's not going to change. All right, let's clarify. Let's clarify. Let's clarify. Let's clarify the last card. Clarify this, please. One more. Clarify cards. Yeah. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. All right. So this is not upright. If it was upright, I'd be like, oh my goodness, counterpart. No, there's something unrealized about this. Let's see if we can. Okay, so Queen of Pentacles reverse can indicate you being bored or stuck in a rut in your partnership, okay? Or jealous or insecure. But this is the thing, it's like you're not in your power, you're reversed. So now, if this is your actual partner and or husband, yeah, that you're married to already, then I mean, look, you know, it's up to you what you want to do with that. If this is someone that you're currently in a committed partnership with, it's kind of like, it's just basically saying that you're stuck in a rut. There's a boredom element of this. So this is about bringing this out of that energy, okay? Now, if it's not your committed partner, we've got the Chariot, the Ten of Cups, and the Hierophant here. Now, I feel like someone is kind of just taking care of their own needs here with these three cards, and they're not really paying attention to yours, so to speak. And it's like there's no one sort of taking control of this situation really, and it needs to be taken. Well, apart from the other person, I feel like there is a controlling element from the other person. Yeah, we've got the King of Wands, so I've in reverse. So this could be another third party. So they could be in this connection with someone that they're saying they're bored and discontent with, but they're not removing themselves from the situation. And then look, they're appearing as the reversed King of Wands, which is usually kind of jealous. All right, so it sounds like their partner's very jealous, and they're very jealous, and they're not doing anything about the problem. They're just kind of bringing it to you, if that makes sense. But we've also got the Six of Wands in reverse, so there's no moving on to calmer waters here. This is just going in a loop. It's like no one's doing anything to remove themselves from this cycle. We've got the Emperor here, but with no Empress. So we've got someone, a man, who is at the centre of this, who is controlling, or it's the other person who is not you watching this, so to speak. So whoever's, it's the put it this way, there's someone who has a third party. So it's whoever's got the third party. So if it's male or female, take it as it resonates. But it's someone who I wouldn't be entertaining, put it that way. Okay, we've now got the Queen of Swords with her Sword of Truth. All right, so there's probably something you're probably going to find out this month. We've also got the Seven of Swords, which is dishonesty. Now, the 7 plus the 8 of Swords is usually about mental conflict. All right, it could be a fear of cutting this out for repercussions. Maybe you're scared of disconnecting from this. 5 of Cups, bottom of the deck, just total non-comfort, not feeling appreciated, discontentment. Like I feel like if you're watching this and you are understanding what I'm saying, you are waiting for someone to sit and say this is going to change. You're going to end up having a lovely relationship and or outcome, and I don't feel like you are. Look, 8 of Cups. It's like the pattern here is that you guys have a break and then it comes back together and the cycle starts again. You have a break, you go your separate ways, he doesn't speak to you or she doesn't speak to you, then you come back. So yeah, this is just not, that's not what a relationship should be. I think again, this is kind of common sense to me, but don't sort of deal with that, you know. Not worth it. It's not going anywhere. Let me try again. You watch, this guy's going to pop up again now. This guy is everywhere, and this is the thing. It's they're trying to demonstrate that the focus of this person is not so much on you. It's on everything else. How can you expect a single focus from a man or woman, whoever this applies to, when their attention is everywhere else? You're not going to get that. So you have to honour yourself instead. Capricorn, please, for February. Capricorn, what can you tell me, please, for Capricorns? What can you tell me, please? What can you tell me, please? Okay, so it's basically the same situation again. Let me just pull out the rest of these cards because they're trying to demonstrate something here. So the pattern goes that this person goes back to their relationship, and then when they get bored, they come back and they reconnect with you. Then there's a temporary happiness, probably a little bit of passion, a bit of naughty, rude stuff, you know the deal. Then there's a defensive energy, and then the person withdraws, all right? So it's like they come towards you up to a certain point, and then they withdraw, right? And then you feel upset again. Okay, so you heal and you're sort of wounded, and then you long for that kind of connection. So then you allow the connection to come back. All right, and then the whole process starts all over again. They're saying enough. Perspective. Change perspective. Hanged man. Enough. Pause a minute. Don't go into another cycle, because this is the cycle's coming again. All right. So they're trying to preempt this and trying to help you to not go into that cycle. So I don't know why my hair is going all weird. They're trying to help you because they don't want you to have to go through the same thing and then be hurt all over again. Because at the moment you're coming out of this going, what did I do wrong? You're not. You're just you're trying to look for love in all the wrong places, essentially. There's disappointment, and every time you come out of it, there's a disappointment that you feel you're lacking, but actually it's the other person. They don't know what they're doing. They don't really know what they want, and they don't know what they're doing. You want connection. This is about human interaction and connection. Try and look for other people that you relate to on a certain level that are going to help you with this. You know, even if you don't feel like your friends relate to you, this is where I'd be focusing my energy into me, looking for other people that you connect with, looking for other ways of topping yourself up that doesn't rely on this kind of energy, because you're just leading yourself into more disappointment. I don't see any, I mean, look, we can pull outcomes, of course, but I just feel like this is like a subconscious battle that you're needing to resolve, because this is about a lack that you feel that you're essentially they're attracting mirrors to you so you can resolve it, because this person's also lacking, but you haven't figured that out yet, and you're still entertaining the same situation over and over and over and over and over again, and it's not going to work. Yeah, look, this is for comfort. You guys are both seeking comfort in each other. I am with you in your time of need, helping you, your heart to heal. So I'll call upon Archangel Azrael, because Azrael is trying to help you heal, so you're not putting yourself in a situation similar like this again. Again, the triggering that I mentioned earlier, I'm not surprised if you're going through this situation. So outcomes, please. Outcomes. Prioritize. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. Don't focus on this energy of someone that's in out, in out, in out, in out, in out, in out, in out. It's just unnecessary, because it's just confusing you, and it doesn't help with your own self-esteem or development of self. It's just unnecessary. What else, please, Spirit? Yeah, clairaudience, Archangel Zadkiel. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. So don't focus on the negatives that are going on. Try and focus on things that people are telling you that are positive. Again, if you managed to watch the end of this video and you weren't massively triggered, and maybe you were, and then you pulled yourself together and cleansed and cried it out, because that's essentially what it was meant to do, to release what no longer serves, so you can sit and watch the entirety of this and listen to it and be like, actually, yeah, because I don't think if that had happened, you wouldn't have got to the last part and understood everything in its context, which means you would have missed out. So last card, please, Spirit. I want one or two more, I think. Capricorn, February. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we've got chakra clearing. Call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. This is Archangel Metatron. So call upon Metatron to help you clear and cleanse. All right. And then last but not least, we've got peace, Archangel Chamuel. Peace comes from remembering that only love is real. So only you and your connection to upstairs is real. Only you and your higher self and what your own inner connection is what's real and what's true. And only that love and only that light will be able to help you through feeling like you're disconnected, or feeling like you're alone, or feeling like, so let's go with Earth Magic. Capricorn for February, what is the outcome, please? So yeah, it's about healing, all right? So we can get rid of the people and situations and things that don't serve us. focus on the healing and then attracting the right people, things, situations to us because we've done the work. Outcome, please. Okay. Right, here we go. Perfect example. So we've got strength, mountain. All right, so just keep going with it. Obviously you're doing pretty well. We've also got submerged, iceberg. So there's obviously some emotions here that are needing to come up, hence why they were trying to trigger you a little bit at the beginning. I'm not going to lie, that's what my guides tend to do. So if you don't like that, again, don't watch. We've got stone people, vigilance. So again, it's keeping an eye out for people, how they treat you, whether or not it's something that you want to have around you, whether or not you do or you don't. And then once you've released what no longer serves you, you're free to create. You're free to have whatever you want. I mean, look, you've got dream time here. So this is about brand new creations of things that serve you and your highest good. As you can see, your subconscious is clearing out what no longer serves you, ready for what does. There you go. So we've got the ones that fell on the floor. We've got purification. So again, more healing. It's talking about more, yet more healing for that. Rain, purification. We've got shaman, ancient healing wisdom. So you could have shamanic roots. And so it's putting you into these really extreme circumstances so you can heal everything because you're a healer. Because I'm a healer. Actually, I have shamanic roots, and that's what they did with me. You can't heal others until you really understand yourself. And it's part and parcel of the journey. And obviously some people it will benefit and some people it is needed, and everyone's different. But it sounds to me like this is a healing part of your journey that you're currently in. And the people that you're attracting are meant to serve as mirrors so that you can release what no longer serves. And most of all, and last but not least, but wolf, trust your own instincts. Okay, because they don't lead you wrong. Wolf is a pack animal, but obviously the wolf, it's led. Obviously it runs in packs, but they are instinctual creatures, aren't they? So make sure that you're listening to yourself. Don't sort of be so absorbed into other people and what they're doing that you're not able to. Where it's drowning out your own inner intuition, because that's one of the most important things that we can have. So last one. This is well over. Yeah, lotus flower unfoldment. Once all that work's been done, look at how the lotus flower's developed. You know, it's born of silt, and it slowly grows in the kind of mud in amongst all the kind of lower layers of the bed of the river, and slowly it grows up to the surface and then buds, you know. This is essentially you know, it's like you're going through a process, but you have to reach the top yet. You have to purge everything first, and this is currently what's going on. Hey guys, so hopefully that's been of some assistance. That's your Capricorn reading for the month of February 2020. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. All your likes, shares, subscriptions means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Really does mean a lot. Have a wonderful February. Take good care. Bye.